beauty sleep? No. Hey, O'Neill, take a break. You don't have to be a prick every day of your life, you know.
Day many times when you ran away. Guess I broke my promise. I have been dishonest to you.
Why are we starting?
We have
Ladies and
started.
genitals, ladies and genitals, this is a monumentous moment.
Episode. Yeah, this is normally where the music plays, and we all talk shit about Marco being late, but he's not late, and we're all here.
Yep.
And we gotta solve the problem of Marco being in the laundry room or the torture dungeon. Is that the laundry room or the torture dungeon? I'm not sure.
It's actually the garage. There's no solving this issue. This is the only place where I can record this fucking podcast. Is in the fucking it's in my garage. That's it. And it's hot as balls. I'm in fucking Texas. We're going through a horrendous heat wave. It's like 106 during the fucking day. Right now, I feel like I'm in a sauna cutting weight for a fucking fight. I'm just literally sweating for you fuckers. So it is 92 degrees out right now in my fucking garage.
Ooh.
92 degrees. Right? Yeah.
Ooh.
So fuck
All right.
sitting in fucking fucks.
Wait, hold on. We're live. We got have some decorum, gentlemen.
What?
Welcome to the locker room. I am Tom. Live.
I am Matthew, fucking live.
I'm Chuck. Apparently, I'm here.
And I am a withering flower.
All right,
So
boys.
Yeah, shout out to our guinea pigs. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, guinea pigs.
Are people actually watching this?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a few.
they're in the
There's
chat
the-
right now. Hey, say in the,
Hey,
tell, us,
both of you.
tell us in the chat if you can see us and hear us. Say hello in the chat. And to those of you who are we got a couple of sad messages back because I told people last minute it could be any time, and
Right.
it was like, you know,
It was
Jesus
last
is
minute.
coming. Everybody clean up.
I just got a text message saying, "Hey,
There was
we're
there you go.
doing this."
That's Mr.
Oh, hey.
Irwin.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mr. Irwin.
Steve Irwin. I mean, James.
We always call
Thank
him
you.
Steve.
Anyway, so to
Who's
those
Lego
of you,
Maniac?
hey, no one of consequence. This is private. This is a private stream. Just-
Look on the screen. That'll answer your
Curious.
question.
Hi, Dad.
Pay
I
no
don't know if you know how to-
Oh my God! Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
exactly. So one of our test subjects tonight, boys and girls, is my 19-year-old son,
Whoa. He's 19 already?
bro. In
Damn,
like
he's old.
What?
2 weeks. In 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks,
What
19.
happened? What happened?
Yeah,
We got
well,
old,
my
fucker.
wife
That's
gave
what
birth
happened.
to me, and here we are.
Because if
So-
he's 19, that means we're old. That's not right.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
just-
what that means.
Fuck.
I would like to say that I'm seasoned.
Speak for
Like
yourself.
wine?
I'm not old.
Well,
Hey, you
I mean,
know, you can only wish you look this good when you're this old.
it's old when you're this good.
This old when you're this
I mean,
I mean-
people have been thinking I was 40 since I was 18, so fuck it.
That lets
whatever.
that lets you know. That lets you know.
Oh,
That lets you know.
that's
You're doing all.
that's
you're doing everything wrong.
City,
You're doing everything wrong.
That's city miles. That's city miles, not highway miles.
right. Well, so here we are tonight. we
Wait,
have
look at this
something-
hot hot blonde that just commented.
Okay.
I can't say
my God.
that.
Remember, we have to air this episode. It's not.
Oh.
This
My
is
bad.
still the episode for the week. So let's
All right.
remember we have to.
I need
you
to
know.
mirror this shit.
Okay. So
Mirror my camera. Boom. There
anyway,
we go.
so
Oh,
did you
it's
guys
awesome.
get the topic for this week that I asked you to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you guys got the homework assignment?
I feel like I probably should have.
Did you watch his video?
No,
Did you
look,
see the
look.
video
I've been
message I
I've been
sent?
kind of busy too. I'm burning the candle at 3 ends, and there's only 2 to burn them from.
Okay, so the homework assignment, if you would like to give this a thought. Chuck, can you explain the homework assignment while Matt starts thinking?
Yeah, basically, curate a list of either
why are you
top
yelling at
3
me?
or
Why are
top
you yelling at me?
5. Oh,
Why are you yelling at me?
It's the new StreamYard.
Wow.
Slide.
So I'll talk over
You're
you.
you're
I
the angry
project.
youth. You're the angry youth is what you are.
Cállate.
Oh, should we get
I am
Chuck
not
like
youth.
this?
God.
Hey,
We should
hey,
get
hey,
him, like,
did you just say
different
cállate?
announcer
Did
headset.
you just say cállate?
See,
Headset microphone.
You
No,
are
headset
Rosa
microphone.
Parking me. You are back at the busing me, sir. I will not allow this.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
damn. Take it easy, Rosa.
All right.
Okay, what was
so
the
top
assignment?
1, top 3 or top 5 things. Put them in a list of things that you want to debate, like a debatable topic. Like, what's the top 3 fast food restaurants? Something like that.
Oh,
Hmm.
gotcha.
So
That's not mine, though. That's not mine.
as we're explaining it, as we're explaining what you need to be thinking about, I will then tell you the rules of this new segment I thought we would do now that we're live streaming. So our
Okay.
listeners can
Go.
throw us some people. Okay, so here's the idea.
Mhm.
It's called the Mount Rushmore segment, or just Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Do we have any Mount Rushmores? Okay, and this
What's a
came to
Mount
me
Rushmore?
from the. Well, that's what I'm getting there. Okay, so they always say the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? Right? This is the greatest of all time. And they say, well, who would be on the Mount Rushmore of blah 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 blah. So you're debating.
Oh, okay.
You're debating with the GOAT, who's the one. Well, with the Mount Rushmore debate, you're debating the top 5, right? But really top 4. What in the name of pole position is going on?
That's amazing.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn off my this ringer to my cell phone. So that's the text message tone.
Well, that's
We just
Locker Room
finished
Live, boys and grills.
We just
Okay.
finished the level in Contra. If you didn't catch that.
Yeah, something. All right, so here's the idea. All right, while we're live, or when not through DMs or through email, when you guys message us now, or you voicemail us, you can just put, "Hey, Mount Rushmore," and then insert topic. Right. So if I were to say, "Boys, I want the Mount Rushmore of cop movies."
I was gonna say of dildo sizes.
I was
No.
gonna say that,
No.
but I did. It's like, I like where your head's
Couldn't help
going. Though.
myself.
I hate it.
Oh, when you say head,
Wait. Damn it. Where's my. Oh, of all the nights to not have the button right there. That's the title of my sex tape.
Hey-o. There it is.
Did that work?
there it is.
That worked.
Yeah,
That worked.
That's
There we go.
perfect.
There it
Delayed.
is.
I don't know if did the stream stop? I don't see any comments. Anyway,
I just think people aren't commenting.
okay, maybe not. Maybe we're only
Fucking weak,
maybe
They
we're
don't
terrible
care.
live.
probably.
Anyway,
we're probably
uh,
shitty live.
so we would debate the top
Mhm.
4. Everybody would submit, okay, if I were to carve the Mount Rushmore of cop movies, right? So I'll put it to you guys. Whoever has the first topic, you know, Chuck and Marco, you guys have topics that you had previously. So I will put it to either one of you. Who wants to go first?
Sure.
Don't everybody. Jeez, you guys are.
Don't everybody speak at
terrible.
once. You don't want to start talking
Right.
over each other.
Top.
Calm down now.
Listen here, Meow.
Are you
Okay,
dying?
top. Listen here, Meow. Okay. Top 3 ways to lose your money. Do I
Thought it was
give the
4.
topics?
No.
Top 4 ways to lose your money. Top 5. I don't care.
No, like, okay. So you can't put
Five.
a verb
Children.
on a mountain, right?
Strip clubs.
All right.
It's got to be
So
things like I was going to
Mount
say. I want
Rushmore
the
of sports logos.
Yeah.
Okay, the Mount Rushmore of baseball logos. Just judging by their logos, right? Boom. You say to me the Mount Rushmore of baseball logos, and I'm gonna
Listen,
go.
Can I just take over?
Yeah.
Top 4, top 5.
no
Must
say
have.
Mount Rushmore. God
Shut
damn
the
it! What is wrong with you guys?
fuck.
Mount fucking Rushmore. 4, not 4 or
Oh,
5.
Because that's what was
Mount
explained to
Oh
us
my
prior.
god.
Here's the,
The
format.
fucking
You
Mount
gotta-
Rushmore. Can I fucking talk now? You fucking fucks. All right. The Mount Rushmore of guy drinks at a bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right. So you go to the
Sex
bar
and
with
abuse.
friends. Right.
Yep.
So you're off the mountain.
All right.
You're off the mountain. That's it. You're a fucking frozen corpse on the side of Everest. That's what you just became by fucking saying sex on the beach.
Okay.
Hey,
So if
get you
I'm
fucked up and
on
taste tropical.
Mount Rushmore, like every guy has to be able to consume it, or it has to have
That's
tried
correct.
it once, or the
Has to
four
try
top
it.
four
It's a
cocktails
good
you
call
have to
drink.
drink before you die.
You go out with guys and like this person orders blank, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good call. You know what I'm saying? Between guys, that's a good
Okay,
call.
how
Yeah,
specific are we getting?
Got it.
The name
Don't
of the
fucking
drink.
go out there. The name of the fucking drink. I'm not talking about like a specific fucking aged whiskey.
I don't have
single
to like.
barrel from.
I don't have to differentiate boozes, right?
No, like if
Jameson
you say
and ginger.
if you say an
Okay, let's
old
get it started.
fashioned, you don't have to
Okay,
say
got it.
what type of whiskey or rye
All
you
right,
make it with.
here we go.
Yeah.
That right there.
I'll go. Martini.
Okay.
Long Island iced tea.
All the alcohols.
Gin and or vodka tonic. So a clear liquor and a tonic, and some form of whiskey, neat or rocks. That's it.
Okay.
That would be
Right.
Mount Rushmore. That's it.
That's your Mount Rushmore.
right. I mean, you
Okay.
have a cocktail for every occasion on
Right,
that list.
Okay.
Nate, tell me what you don't. Tell me an event that I don't have a cocktail for. Sitting on the beach, Long Island iced tea. At a ball, like a charity event, martini. Right? Sitting playing poker, got a glass of whiskey. Right? Out at a bar or a nightclub, hey, vodka tonic. You're done. You got all it's all covered, gentlemen. Mount Rushmore. There you go.
Quinceañera. You don't have a quinceañera covered. I'm just saying.
You motherfucker.
Tequila.
What?
You with the fucking scratching with the
Why are we doing this microphone now?
I'll explain it later.
Oh, the disappointment on the three of us, and then
because I heard it. I heard it before I saw it. I heard the scratchy.
Yeah.
I heard the. Oh, I can't even do it. On
Real
my-
quick, if I speak loud right now, is it okay?
It's loud.
Are you
Okay,
loud?
what if I adjust down? Is that better?
Oh,
we can't
no,
hardly
that's
hear you.
terrible. Now we can't hear you. at
Oh
all.
my god, the
That's
wheels
very-
are on fire and they're in the process of falling off.
This is what you get when you tune into our
This
very first
is
test of a live
amazing.
episode.
And this comment right here is perfect.
Bueno?
Here we go.
But he spelled here
We
as
spelled
in,
here wrong.
as
Well,
in here.
then again,
Here.
Here, as in here.
I mean,
we go.
that
He's listening to
that
us.
applies. That
Okay,
applies. That
I get it.
tracks.
That makes
We'll
sense.
allow it. Okay,
I'm picking
Chuck,
up what you're saying.
talk again.
Is this better?
You could be a scotch louder, or just
Okay.
maintain
There we go. Better?
Yeah.
consistent
maintain-
space
yeah.
away from the microphone, and then you're
Don't
good.
get any closer and back off if you're gonna get louder.
Oh, where's the bell for that one?
Mm.
I was gonna blast it.
Oh,
All right, now,
sexy
darling.
times.
For me, that's a
Sexy, sexy times.
What I want you to do is tell me when you want me to back off.
Okay.
What's happening?
So there's
I
my
don't
go. Who's next? Goat cocktails. Men's drink.
Okay, I got you. You ready? Old fashioned.
Okay.
There's one.
The Don
Um,
Draper drink.
Yes, I'm gonna try to stay away from previous Mount Rushmores and do a new one, even though some of yours would have been on mine. But I want to.
You do you.
Okay. Okay. So we got old fashioned, and then I'm going to go with a stout of your liking, as long as it's on, drafted, not in a.
Oh,
fucking
so
bottle.
we're including beer.
Oh, it's a drink.
It's a bar.
Okay. No, that's fine. I didn't realize. Yeah. I just surprised. Never mind.
So
You're
just a stout, as long
Can
as
you?
you can't barely see
Man,
through the
man
fucking beer.
loves a scout.
It's
He
alcohol.
loves a
Period.
stout.
Yeah,
It's all good, yeah.
alcohol. Okay. And then I'm going to go with God, because I had a gin sonic on there, which is like a gin tonic, but it's half tonic and then half soda water, so it cuts the tartness out of the fucking tonic water a little bit.
You know when I
that sounds
okay,
good.
so can I lob a softball at you?
Yes.
Sure.
My runner up for the vodka gin and tonic spot was some form of Screwdriver Greyhound Sea Breeze, like
Okay.
that vodka orange gin orange vodka cran, you know, that when you have
the
just one-
Manmosa. The Manmosa.
yes, like yeah. You take a fruity juice, but you add a manly alcohol to it,
Yes.
and then
instead of
it's socially
champagne.
right.
Champagne fucks you up though.
This is why
Champagne will fuck
screwdrivers
you
are
up.
acceptable at 11 a.m. on a Sunday
That is
morning.
it. Fruit juice.
just-
That's what I get at Disneyland. for breakfast.
And then another one. God, see, I was gonna go with the frickin' martini too. Now I got to think of another one.
Ooh.
No, I'm just gonna have to piggyback. I'm gonna have to do my gin sonic and then a martini because you have to have a martini.
Yeah, so martini's up there. Okay, so two.
Yeah.
Okay. Chuck.
Well, number one, old fashioned.
Okay.
Okay, because fashion. It's a classic. It's timeless. Never gonna beat it. Number two, fucking Manhattan, because Manhattan's classy or it can be dirty. You don't like Manhattans?
I don't.
I mean, martinis are rough. Manhattans are worse.
I don't like I don't like vodka, so I won't put vodka on there.
Whoa.
Like, somebody's gushing all over the place. Dude, suck it. Oh, throw that back. Open your throat.
Happened.
Oh,
I
shove
just
that.
made
It's
a
the most amazing
my
thing that could
God.
possibly happen
Dude,
while we're
is it
alive.
salty?
That's great.
That's been sitting there
This
for
is
like
great.
a while.
It's disgusting.
Oh my
it's
God.
thick.
Oh my god.
Welcome
God
to the locker
damn.
room.
Fucking
I can't even.
So
It's not like I
Yeah.
shook it up or anything. It's been sitting there since we fucking God, motherfuckers.
it's a great sign of a great beer. No.
Yeah,
Goddamn
James.
garage.
He said you
Cucumber IPA right there.
So
dude.
moist.
so much.
That's what she said.
Oh,
This is why we can't have nice
so
things.
okay,
okay.
so you've got
Wait,
the
so
old
for
fashioned
those of you who don't know what a
Manhattan.
Manhattan is, okay, it's whiskey, sweet vermouth, and bitters.
Mm.
Like it is,
So fucking
it
good.
is, it is like the whiskey equivalent
with a
martini.
cherry.
It is.
Garnished with a black cherry.
I don't like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't like
is.
the bitters.
Why has it
I
gotta
don't
be
like
a
the
black
bitters,
cherry?
Period.
Because I don't know, it's black. They don't. It's a dark mahogany cherry.
God damn
Dark
it.
Why did you turn into Dr. Evil all of a dark mahogany? You know, dark mahogany.
So okay, so you got those two fucking things, and then you have a margarita. Because that just says fucking party.
Okay, let's get more
Fucking
specific.
drunk.
Any
Yeah.
margarita or rocks
Margarita
or
on the
frozen?
rocks. I
Okay.
like it on the rocks. I don't do frozen bullshit. That's just dumb.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it
I don't
rocks.
like it.
I don't even like
kinda
salt.
margarita.
Taste it.
I like the regular
Yeah.
classic margarita, like not the flavor, like margarita on the rocks, and then I say
Mm.
hit it with a splash of cranberry juice.
What is the splash?
Ooh.
Just a
I like the
splash.
Cadillac margaritas myself.
Dude, I just made a fresh one tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two of them
All right.
actually.
Next.
And then the fourth one would be, I'm gonna have to say it because I like it, and I think we all think along the same lines, is some sort of gin and tonic because it's light, it's not super filling. You
I'm
can,
telling you, it's a classic.
Yeah. Yep.
it's classic, dude. I love gin and tonics.
It's a
They're fucking
summertime-
amazing, and you can dress it up.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
just
dress
by
it
the
down.
lake. Oh yeah, you can class it up.
You
can
can
dress it
throw
up.
shit into it.
It's like the most versatile cocktail ever. 100%. All right, Marco.
I make ones with blackberries, fucking watermelons. It's all
That's
great.
not.
He's
I mean,
animated
I
for this.
just throw a lime in, and I'm okay.
That's good too.
All right, Marco.
Classic.
So I like more basic kind of drinks. So I like Long Island iced teas are a must for me.
Yes.
I love Long Islands. I love just like a Jack and Coke. You know what I'm saying? Just a classic whiskey and Coke
Okay.
situation. Just keep it simple, keep it to the point. And then
Solid.
going to my roots, I love a mojito,
I
but
knew you
I
were gonna
wouldn't say
say
that that's. I don't.
Ooh.
But that's
Dude.
like a day drink. For the mojito for me, it's like a day drink.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like a day drink kind of drink.
So mojitos are amazing because it's the most masculine fruity drink you can ever. It's like
Absolutely.
right. It is. If you took the most masculine drink possible and then you said
Right.
but fruity it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then it was socially acceptable.
It's like, I think for like the fruity version of a guy drink, that and a whiskey sour, it's kind of like neck and neck.
Now I'm starting to think of girls who try to pretend they can drink with the guys by ordering whiskey sours.
Booty and
Those are
sour.
fucking rough.
Where do you stand on Mai Tais?
Ooh,
Me personally,
Ooh.
Like as
like
as
I
a
love a
guy
good Mai
as
Tai.
as a
I like
quote guy
ordering them
drink.
for. I like ordering them for my wife.
Ooh,
Okay.
Cutwater ones will fuck you up.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will.
My
We'll
taste
black
is
out
good.
real quick.
I don't buy no
I
water
grew
though.
up.
Anheuser-Busch.
I grew up on rum, so like I love anything with rum.
Yeah,
to be
you
honest with
did. Remember that little leather bag of rum that you had?
Dark and
I
stormies.
still got some.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
Pampero.
Yeah, that fucking. He had that bottle above the fridge with a little leather bag.
Mhm. The little bag, yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
every once in a while, I'd be like, "Okay, here we go." It was
We're
like,
gonna have some of
"Oh,
this.
all right, yes, Father, please give us communion."
It's great. Fucking
It was.
25-year-old spiced rum from Venezuela. Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, who's next? Who's next on the goat list? Or wait, do we have? I know you guys have other topics. So before we move on to other goats, and then get into our big joke energy, because we're 20 minutes in, and so far the live experiment hasn't gone completely awry. But that's why we decided to do this warts and all. We decided before we started recording. We said, you know what? We're going to record the podcast as we're basically rehearsing it. So if you're not live, sorry, but those of you
Yeah,
that
this is an undressed rehearsal.
I want to note. Just rehearsal. I want to note. I like the live countdown on the top left. That's a good thing because we can watch how much time we have left.
It's a count up.
It's kind of.
You didn't just do that with your watch before?
I know I don't wear a watch.
I don't have a timepiece.
I'm the only one like actually watching controls because I ever since we've started doing this, I have been producing. Like I've been like engineering, producing. These boys have basically received microphones. And I said, plug this fucking shit in and turn it on when I say, and then we go. And now these gentlemen are being pulled into the world of like production on their own end as we start to go live and start to mess with different consoles.
I like to think of Thomas as Tom Hanks in the Apollo movie.
Oh, great! So that means I did I mess the spaceship up? Is that what you're telling? I don't remember.
One of us
Tom
is
Hanks
Kevin Costner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good. We're up there. We're all doing things.
All right, here we go.
All right, so he's got the next.
Well, that's what I know. We have other topics because Matt.
Oh, I had some geckos hatch.
You went some just now while we were talking.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean they've been hatched. Yeah.
Matt and I were texting
They're not
earlier,
dead.
and you had an interesting day today, did you not?
I did have an interesting day today. I also had an interesting day this past Saturday.
Okay.
Because I had to do my clinical ride-along hours. So according to state law, in order for me to become an EMT, you have to have a total of 24 hours in a rig with a total of 10 patient contacts. What the fuck was that? Something just ran by and it was larger than a lizard but smaller than a cat.
A rat. It's a fucking rat.
It's a possum.
I don't know what is happening in your neck of the woods, but you have energy drinks exploding on your genitals.
No, it's a beer. It's a goddamn beer.
You have rodents of unusual size careening past your windowsill.
Oh my lord. No, I'm in the garage. It ran but like it just my peripheral caught like a fucking what's the little Mexican fucking thing that runs around?
Speedy
Starts with a
Gonzalez.
C. No, Jesus Christ.
Oh wow.
that went a totally different direction. The Chuba
Not
Chuba
wrong.
Rio or
Chupacabra?
Chaba, what it- Chupacabra. Yeah, it was a fucking
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, just fucking
Goat sucker.
a goat sucker.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had my ride along. So we have to use certain companies. I'm going to school at UCLA, and this is almost James, you are
feel so
correct.
complimented.
Yes,
I feel so complimented right now.
yes. Thank you.
I
We'll
would
wear that
aspire. Good eye, Bruce.
badge of honor.
Oh my god, one of these days
All
I'll
right,
get to sing the Philosopher's Song. Go on.
Okay, so
Come,
there's
Pepsi.
only certain companies that we're allowed to reach out to, and out of all those companies, only 2 of them are private companies that get contracts through the city to run 911 calls. So obviously I tried to get on with one of those. Now one of them is in San Bernardino, and they say you can't do it with us unless you live in San Bernardino, so automatically off the list. The other one is in the greater Los Angeles area, but because they are one of 2 companies in the greater Los Angeles area that run 911 calls, they're obviously booked up for forever. So I tossed an email out to them, didn't hear back. And then I hit up another all the other companies are what they call IFTs, inter-facility transports. So you're basically a fucking taxi service. You're going to pick somebody up from a hospital or their home, and you're going to take them to dialysis or a rehab facility or another hospital or something like that.
Sounds horrible.
So I got on with one of those companies. So last Saturday, our first call was just picking up some older lady, taking her to her dialysis appointment. No big deal. They just had me sitting in the back with her doing vitals, every 5 or 15 minutes, depending on how stable the person is. So she was stable. So every 15 minutes, run a set of vitals, blah, blah, blah. Our second call, we were the 3 of us, because there's two EMTs and myself in the back, and we were all joking around about how we hope we don't get a bariatric patient today. Now, for those of you that don't know, the word bariatric is a very nice medical term to say fat, obese. Bariatric.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
As Wild Bill would say, we went and picked up a great big fat person. So we get the call. We had to have another unit meet us at this skilled nursing facility.
Nursing
facility, because she was tipping the scales at 320, and I thought, well, 320, that's not that big. 320.
She's 4.
I was gonna say, I'm like, how tall is she?
5'5". 5'5", 320. Yeah,
that's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
She's wider than she is tall.
Yeah. So we go to this skilled nursing facility, which is a hellhole.
Wow, 5'5".
It's just a really shitty place.
Your Owen Wilson, all this.
Wow. So we get there, and this place is, I've never been in one of these places. It's horrible. It's absolutely fucking horrible.
They are, yes, scary.
Yeah. So we go and stage by the room, and then the guy I'm riding with, he goes, "Hey, come with me. Let's go get a patient report." So we walk down to the nurse's station, and this nurse is just mad at the fucking world. Like, I get it. You're understaffed, you're overworked, but you know what? These are still people that you have to take care of. Get another fucking job. Either be compassionate, be caring, or you're in the wrong line of work as a nurse. Like, that's just how it is. Like, I get it. If you're burnt out, fucking move the fuck on. So she's just throwing us all sorts of fucking shade. I was kind of giving it right back to her, and I got complimented on that afterwards. He's like, "Man, I like this. You're already salty." I'm like, "I'm a freaking going on 48-year-old freaking salty Navy vet. Like, come at me." Like, I've been training for this. So we get back. Yeah. So we get back to the room, and I walk in, and it was like a mild punch to the back of the throat of this shit smell, like shit.
And
I'm thinking,
yes, but I know what you're talking about. It doesn't assault your nostrils right away.
Yeah, it was just like,
is that
you
were aware?
Very pungent.
That shit particles are in the back of your throat, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
How did you get that far back without me knowing?
And it's not
no.
it's not like
Yes.
it's not
Oh, no.
bad, but you
Yeah, no,
notice
no.
it. You could
Yep.
tolerate it, but you're like,
Right.
if this gets any worse, I'm out. So
Mhm.
I look at her and I'm thinking, okay, this poor lady, she's large. She probably just hasn't been cleaned properly. So she smells like shit. I get it. It's unfortunate, but I get it. So we get over there, we get her ready, we transfer her from her bed onto the gurney.
Mhm.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What? Go ahead, Marco.
How old is this person, roughly?
She is in her 60s.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
So we 1, 2, 3 her from her bed onto the gurney with the old,
Mhm.
sheet transfer method. And on 3, when she plops onto the gurney, the shit smell gets about 1,000 times worse.
Nope.
Immediately.
She poo-pooed.
Immediately. And I just
Well,
went, oh, like,
I
oh.
always feel like the word poo poo or poop, all of that implies that there was some volition. You did it on purpose. That she leaked. She leaked.
So we do that, and she notices us all kind of gagging. I mean, we're all freaking like, I don't care how tough you are, how long you've been in the game. It's shit, like shit.
Okay.
And she says, I think my colostomy bag broke. At the same time, I'm looking down. At the same time, I'm looking down, and I see this full colostomy bag torn open at the top, and it's just going glug, 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 like this.
Look at
This is
Chuck is on the struggle bus, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let Chuck catch up. Hold on. Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a poop Kano, dude.
What?
It's like a poop tornado.
Yeah,
Just
it was
fucking
like
I'm
lava,
watching.
just like little lava,
hot
boozing
magma.
right?
Hot
Girls.
poop magma just rolling down.
So I
Oh,
see this happening. We all shoot each other a look, and in my head, really quickly, I'm thinking, well, if nobody else is, I'm going to. So I reach over. I'm wearing gloves, obviously. I reach over and I grab the bag and pick it up so it stops leaking. So now I'm holding this busted, gushing, fucking colostomy bag, and she's, and then
There
she
goes
says,
There he goes. Bye.
so she says, and this is where my heart hurt for this woman, because she said,
Right.
I
As
told
we-
the nurse 3 hours ago that my colostomy bag had a little bit of a leak, and they haven't come in to look at it. So for 3 hours, there's been a slow leak, which is what the shit smell was. Then when we moved her without knowing that there was a slow leak in this bag,
Right.
just the movement of it made it leak full force. So I'm holding this, and they go, okay, hold on, we're going to get the nurse. And I looked over at my guy, I said, please hurry. Like, because I'm standing here, I'm thinking, I'm not getting paid for this. I don't fucking work for you.
You still holding it?
And this, yeah, I'm still holding it. Yeah. Because if I set it down, it's going to gush out more. So I'm holding it, and I'm trying to, like, I kind of turned it away and kind of like put myself between her and the bag, because I felt bad for her. She's got to be embarrassed. This is not like the best situation, So then the nurse finally comes and says, okay, who can give me a hand? And I said, here you go. And I handed him the bag. And as soon as he grabbed it, I stepped away, because I'm like, I'm a fucking ride along. So I stepped away, grabbed one of the towels that was laying on her bed on the way away from the bed, wrapped my glove hand in it, kind of wiped that off, took my gloves off, threw all that shit in the trash, got a fresh set of gloves, and we waited for the nurse to, and he's like, well, isn't somebody going to help me? And I'm thinking in my head, if you would have come here 3 hours ago when this lady told you, we wouldn't be having you come here now.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
fucking bullshit.
So we get her in the back of the rig, and now it's time to do vitals. So I grab the largest blood pressure cuff that's back there, and I open it up and I look at it. I look at her arm. I look at the cuff, look at her arm, look at the cuff, look at the other EMT that's sitting in the chair at the head of the gurney, because I'm on the bench next to her. And I just said, hey, this isn't going to fit.
You need a leg cuff.
Wait.
And
Wait, hold on. Did you say that, or did you say, hey? This isn't gonna fit.
That's exactly what I said. It's not gonna fit. So he looks at me and he goes,
Oh, go ahead.
he looks at me and he goes, well, what are you gonna do? We need a blood pressure. What are you gonna do?
Mhm.
And I'm
Mhm.
like, I said, can I put it on her forearm and just use the radial pulse instead of the brachial pulse? He goes, exactly, good job. And I'm like, haha, yay. There it is.
Wait, do they not have leg cuffs?
Who got a gold star?
So Chuck, the leg cuff probably wouldn't fit on her arm. Her arm,
Wow.
I'm not exaggerating. It
Some
was
22s.
freaking
Okay.
huge.
So what you're
Huge.
saying is that I need to create a button that says, "That's a huge bitch."
So yeah, so we got her going. So that was Saturday. That was the highlight of Saturday. That was before lunch. And today we went to go pick up a psych patient that was on a 5150 hold from one
Yeah.
facility to take him to another facility that is just a mental health facility.
Okay.
So we go in there, and it looked like there's 8 security guards because there's oh, we're echoing again. Oh, it stopped. Okay.
Okay.
So there were other psych patients. There's one guy that just keeps yelling, "I want to see my case manager," like as loud as he can. And I look at one of the nurses. I say, "Can't you just walk in there and say I'm your case manager at this point? Like, where would the harm in that be?" So we get this guy. So this guy decided to drink a bunch the night before, get violent with his wife, and his dog attacked him. And chewed the shit out of his bicep and his forearm on his left arm and everything.
Good dog.
So we're there, and the security guard lets us in because it's like, I got to go get vitals, and we're just going to use the machine that's in there. So as soon as I walk in, he pops up out of bed, and I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, "Sir, why don't you go ahead and sit down for me?" And he sat back down because I was with my other partner for today was a female, and she's a tiny little thing. And she's like, as soon as he popped up, I felt her stand behind me. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
So I got him to sit back down, and he was calm, and then took his blood pressure and everything. We get him on the gurney. He asked, is my watch in the bag of my stuff? So I grabbed the bag, and I go, yeah, here's your watch. He goes, well, what's that shit? I said, well, these are your clothes. Where's my wallet? I said, I don't see a wallet in here. There's some cash and some coins. There's your, He's like, those aren't my pants. I wasn't wearing those pants. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Would you find meth on him?
Here we go. Yeah, I know, right? So now he's agitated because first of all, he thought he was in the hospital because his trusty Australian Shepherd attacked him. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Release the beast.
So we get him in the rig, and we're cruising along, and it's a kind of a long drive. So I knew I was going to have to do like at least 2 sets of vitals on him. I couldn't use his left arm because it's all wrapped up and chewed up from his dog. So I had to use his right arm, which means I had to lean over this guy. So at this point, he's watching the signs on the freeway, how we're getting further and further away from his neighborhood. And now he's pissed. Okay. Where are you fucking taking me? Where are you taking me? So I tell him the name of the facility we're taking him. I don't want to go there. And I said, okay, well, we'll handle that when we get there. Where's my wallet? I'm like, well, we'll talk to the nurses when we get there. We'll get it all sorted out. Right. And so I said, all right, I got to get your blood pressure now. And he goes, okay. And I leaned over and I said, we're not going to do anything silly when I do this. The EMT that's sitting at the head of the gurney, I see him just like doing that silent laugh with his shoulders, and smiling at me. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of half stood up, and I put my right forearm kind of over his chest. So I was kind of holding his arms a little bit, and that's how I put the cuff on, because I'm like, this guy's face is right by my fucking ear. He's right there. Like, he's already pissed off. He's on a 5150 hold. And I'm thinking, I'm running through in my head, like, what am I legally allowed to do? And I'm like, well, legally, I guess anything, because I don't work for this company. I'm technically not an EMT. I'm just a private citizen.
Right.
So, right. So I'm like, all right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he was okay. He wasn't that bad. But it was just funny that I was just like, all right, this is going to be, I'm not even an EMT yet, technically, and I'm going to get in my first scuffle with a fucking psych hold patient. So
Right.
that was my excitement for today. Just the areas we were driving today, I was sitting, facing the rear doors of the rig and watching people when we stop on the freeway play a game of how fast can we get up to the back of the ambulance and stop at the very last minute and give the poor son of a bitch in the back a fucking heart attack, thinking that this is the moment where he's going to get rear-ended and have a striker gurney pushed up into his fucking chest. Like I was there 3 times. I was like, this is it. This is where I become the casualty. But luckily that nothing like that happened. But yeah, it was, it was fun. But now I'm done. I'm done with my ride-alongs. I did my 24 hours, got my 10 patients. I take my finals on Sunday, and then.
So wait, I want to bring up something that I find interesting. I want to recognize that now I want to sit down with you as Tom and Chuck from War Stories. Because as I'm listening to you, I'm going, these are all the same cool how did I become an EMT stories that if we were talking to somebody who had been a medic for 20 years, these are those hilarious things that they would recall from when they first started, right?
Right.
So this is interesting, and we should put a pin in this because I feel like there is a whole thing to explore where we have a non-locker room episode. We go back to War Stories. We actually discuss now you and your journey to your EMT and your stories.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
I want to say one thing, though, and one thing that struck me as you were talking. When you had to lean over this person, you placed your arm across his chest. Now, that's not common for, I guess, new people who work in the back of an ambulance, law enforcement, whatever. We were taught in the academy, and when we were dealing with people on the streets, not in the academy, I regret, not in the academy. We were taught on the streets, if you have to lean across someone to put their seatbelt on and they have to get past you from the opposite side of the vehicle in the back, you tell them to look to the opposite way and you take your forearm and press it across their face gently so that they can't turn and bite you or spit on you or whatever. And then you buckle them. But you weren't taught that, and you kind of already had that common sense to, hey, let me just brace myself in case this guy does something stupid. That way I can chin check him. I can throw it into his Adam's apple and compress his fucking airway, or I can easily move up and press his face across the fucking back of the gurney and keep him from biting me, spitting on me, or doing whatever. And if he does bite me, he's going to bite my forearm. And he's not going to bite my face or my ear or my neck. Right. So that's not a common thing. So that's kudos to you for already knowing, hey, I need to protect myself if I do have to reach across this guy, and you already did it. And that's not something that's common for a lot of people in either first response, medic or fire or law enforcement. So good on you for already having that wherewithal to protect yourself. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. It was with my arm right there. I could do exactly that. Either get up to his throat or throw my elbow across his face. Like it's all right there.
Yeah, solid.
All right. So now I want to talk to you guys. I want to find out. This is from somebody sent me this video, and so I want to acknowledge the listener that sent me this.
Oh, real quick, Tom.
Yeah. What?
After this, I think we should get to that that email that was sent, or that message that was sent to us regarding.
Yes. Well, then we can skip this because this video will go down a rabbit hole. Let's skip the video as we're running into. We're looking at the time now. Now that we're live, we're like responsible about like, oh, there's a clock, boys.
Yeah,
it's like
that'll
you
change. We'll get comfortable and complacent
again.
All right. So let's go with the email then. I had a video I was going to throw up, but let's go with the email. By the way, if you're listening to this and you're like, shit, I wish I was watching this, let us know. Send us an email. or send us a message on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I think we're technically on Threads.
What's a thread?
What the fuck is a thread?
It's some other messaging app through Instagram that's like a hybrid of now that Twitter, they're trying to compete with Twitter, but
I don't like it.
yeah, anyway, I don't give a shit, but you can still
Like
message
X.
us. My point being, you can always reach us. Voicemail, right? Anybody want to look up does anybody have that? Somebody has to be responsible enough to have that voicemail number like right there on a post-it note.
I don't know why it's not on the fucking app. Like when I'm opening the app right now,
Right.
why doesn't it have the fucking number? Wait, let me click on our logo here. No, even if you click on the logo, there's no, like, what the like, why?
Like
Why is it
why?
not-
It's
Why
509
is it not on there?
509
Okay.
903 9020. All right, so you can leave us a voicemail. Or actually, when we're live, holy shit, I just realized somebody could actually call that number right now.
You can answer it
And I can answer it.
because it rings on the phone.
Oh, yeah,
Because
it
we
does
have
ring.
we have a voicemail
have that.
from
Oh my God.
July 18th, and we have one from Thursday too, by the way.
I could play that if you wanted to hear it. Should we do that? Or should we do the email first?
Do the email.
Okay, let's do the email. Chuck,
So
email.
okay, so this was it was sent as it should have been an email, but it was sent through the messenger. It says, "What's up, guys? Been a while since messaging, but I got a question for all of you. I know Matt and Chuck seem to have my luck. Recently injured my knee by shredding my PCL. Isolated PCI tear accounts for about 3% of any knee injury, so I think you can see the kind of luck I have. Because of the type of injury, I'm off work, removed from my trades. Of course, as a marine engineer, applications at least got credited for the academic portion of my course, but my CHIT, which is employment limitation, basically limit me from doing anything to the point I'm on work from home with no end in sight for a while as I wait for knee surgery at 23. I'm locked in with 20 years left on my contract, but I'm not falling behind my peers and missing career advancement and seat time. Mentally, I've taken a shit because I feel useless and hopeless as my case was deemed non-emergent for surgery by one of our lovely Canadian surgeons. How have Matt and Chuck dealt with these types of injuries, and how do I push on?
Okay. Well, you kind of hit
And that
the
can go
nail
for
on-
everybody.
Yeah. But I think you already are looking down the right road when you said mentally you've taken a shit. And that's
Right.
that's the biggest thing is you have to get your mind in order. You are in control of your mind. Your mind's going to play tricks on you, but you're the one in control of it. And yeah, and it sounds kind of cheesy and freaking like cliche, but you just have to harden your mind. It's a battle, and you have to not allow your mind to tell you that this is a hopeless situation with no end in sight. Of course there's an end in sight. It seems far away right now, but there is an
Right.
end in sight. And
Why
I
do
mean,
you think trains enter tunnels?
and here's the kicker is because it's in the military, of course they're gonna they have pipelines they gotta push shit down, and oh, it's just a knee, it's not an emergency, and at the end of the day, you're in the military, you're just a freaking small cog in a big machine, really. So that's, I think, where you have to mentally start to turn the corner.
Right.
Your body's gonna, your body will.
Your mind will give up
uh,
1,000 times before your body will.
Correct. So
Is that what you're trying to say?
well, I'm just
know-
saying that your
The
body,
BRB
your
let
body
you know.
will, your body will follow what your mind tells it to.
Right.
So, the whole 60-40 rule, when you're physically doing something, your body's going to quit.
Mhm.
Your mind's going to tell you, "Hey, we're done." And you got to say, "Fuck you. No, we're not."
We ain't done, motherfucker.
And kind of keep going. With that injury, it's not like, You know, obviously it's not advisable to just go out there and start freaking, you know, rub some dirt on it in PT and just freaking do shit on your own. But maybe there is an avenue you can look into online as far as some rehabilitation stuff that you can do on your own to help yourself out a little bit, being as how the military is going to drag their feet to get you through surgery. Because ultimately you're going to need a surgery and then rehab after that. But I think it's worth looking into at least. You know, with the internet age, you can look up that injury and see what rehab looks like and what you can do before surgery and kind of some things that you can do. Whether it's, you know, just dropping down and doing some push-ups, just, you know, throw that leg kind of off to the side or put it over your other leg and just start doing something physical that's going to, you know, kick up some endorphins and naturally make you feel better.
Right. And there's so much to this is going to sound weird to the younger audience, maybe, but to the older audience, to the guys that are our age and older. Do you remember when we used to just say, "Hey, be a man"? Right?
Right.
And do you know a lot of times what we used to say that about? My grandfather, and don't get me wrong, lots of grandfathers and fathers abused this and applied it to things because they didn't understand the principle. And this is the fault of their fathers for not teaching them the principle. But when you say, "Hey, act like a man, take it like a man," sometimes that's a call to steel yourself against the world, to pull yourself up and say, "You know what? It doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to get through this. I can get through the pain. I can take it like a man. I am a man, and that is not going to kill me." Right? So there's the negative connotation, the positive connotation. I think we've lost that positive connotation of
Right.
take it like a man, where you actually go, "You know what? I'm going to bear down, and I am going to bear this like a man." And you know what? It's not just physical. It is not just the foot after the motorcycle accident, as Matt's endured, or some of our friends of the podcast who have torn biceps or rotator cuffs or blown out knees. All these people, all my peeps in my L5S1 camp, what's up? You know, first responders always got that, right? Like, oh,
Ooh.
what happened? Oh, Harry's back.
Fuzzy navel.
All right. He's good.
I wonder
Weird.
if the listener, is there another aspect of what you're training to do that you can delve into? Meaning there's the physical part of it, and then there's the study part of it. Are you able? I don't know. I don't know if he specified what he's progressing towards or what his
No.
job is. But if there's,
Something on a chip.
if there's something you can do, just basically study up and become a phenom when it comes to the learning aspect, the book aspect of it, if you will. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Channel your energy to learning like forward and backwards, all the literal stuff, and then
James is right.
Yeah. Just got to get back up and keep one foot in front of another. I mean, we've all gone through injuries in one way or another, and it sucks. But at the end of the day, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Yeah.
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
Now we're bringing
There it is. And as I've found out through injuries and surgeries and whatnot, there is a fine line between being dumb and disregarding yourself versus grabbing a straw, sucking it up, and fucking moving on. I am notorious for going against doctor advisement. Like, I had half my kidney taken out because of cancer. And guess what I did 2 weeks after surgery? I went and swam 3 miles in the fucking ocean. You know why? Because fuck them. Because they said I couldn't do it. With my running with my foot, and well,
I mean, what have we always said about you? The easiest way to get you to do something is to tell you can't, because your immediate response will be, "Oh yeah, watch this.
Yeah. And sometimes it's
will literally, no balls. If your tombstone doesn't read, "Here lies Matthew Connor, last words." "Oh yeah, watch this.
Yeah. And sometimes
Well-
that's to a fault. You know, I've injured myself more because of that knucklehead mentality. And that's why I said
Sure.
there is a fine line between pushing the limits and being fucking dumb. And if you blew your knee out, obviously don't, go for a fucking ruck. You know, I mean, you have to listen to your body, but there is something you can do up to that point to where, as a wise young man once said, figuratively speaking, you just have to get back on that horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
100%. And you're young and you're going to bounce back a lot faster than, let's say, someone who's older who has this injury. So you're going to get back on there, but you need to be smart about it. So once you recover from this, your shit's still torn. And if they're not doing surgery yet, be careful. Don't fuck it up harder now. Wait till it's fixed. Once it's fixed, be smart about it. Do your physical therapy. And then get back on that horse and start doing your shit. But don't do something that's going to jeopardize the rest of your career later once it's fixed, because you'll be like, I'm 100%. Let's get back at it and let's start doing everything like I was 100%. No. You need to ease back into that shit, because if you don't, you're going to end up at square one again. And then you're going to be older and it's going to be harder to heal. The older you get, the harder things are to heal and the worse you recover from surgery. Once they cut into you, you will never be the same. So like, let's say you were 100% before the knee injury, then you get the knee injury, then you have surgery. You're probably going to be at around 90% because you're young. So be smart about it. Don't do anything fucking stupid. You have the rest of your career in front of you, and keep your chin up, keep your head up while you're recovering. Do things that are constructive while you're out. Keep your body in shape. You can do a lot of upper body workouts that you don't have to involve your knee at all, but that's going to be key in your recovery. You need to stay strong. And then you can start looking at supplementation that can help you regrow tendons and ligaments. All you have to do is telemedicine online, get a doctor prescription, and you can get things like BPC 157 and AOD. I don't know the numbers behind it, but they're a peptide, and they can help regrow ligaments and tendons inside of your body. And they may cost a little bit of money, but hey, you pay for it, you get it done. 3 months
But we're
later,
regrowing ligaments and tendons, boys. What you gonna pay for a new ligament or new tendon?
It's actually
man,
pretty inexpensive. It's expensive, but it's,
and speaking of medical treatments, there's still no update on getting my wife to Panama for her MS treatments, but I will let you know because that's on the agenda. So, hey,
can I say one last thing?
I wish you
would. Very quick, for inspirational purposes.
For inspirational purposes, only for inspirational purposes.
Well, no, just for the listener that wrote that in real quickly. Bruce Lee had the idea for Jeet Kune Do while he was laid out with his back broken, and started writing everything down, dictating everything to his wife at the time, and it developed from there. So there's always mentally. You may be physically broken, but you're not mentally broken. That's it.
Yep.
100%.
That's very much it.
Yeah.
So, Thomas, you're saying?
Oh, well, the only thing I was going to mention is that, you know why the lifeguard let the hippie drown?
Why the lifeguard let the hippie drown? No, why?
It was too far out, man.
Oh, shit. I had no idea where that was going. Oh, that's horrible. That's great and horrible at the same time.
I got you.
Did you guys hear that NASA is coming up with this new mission, and they're going to launch this new mission to try to say sorry to aliens for Earth polluting space because we put so much shit out there.
Sure.
And it's going to be called Apollo G.
Oh, wow.
Wait. I have something for this. Hold on. I think I do. Pretty sure.
There it is.
I should have that on for when we do Big Joke Energy.
When I die,
I
want to die like my grandfather, who died peacefully in his sleep. Not like screaming like all the passengers in his car.
It's funny because it's true.
Did you know it's grandfather?
No, I'm just saying I can picture it.
How long should a honeymoon be?
How long?
7 days.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because 7 days makes a whole week.
Oh wow. Oh
Where's the
wow.
bell on that one?
Oh yeah. Okay, now so here's the flaw in the system. Boys, I'm gonna have to redo the entire board because undersight or lack of foresight on my part, the ding of the bell and the unfortunately terrible crickets and bad joke are not on the same page, and I have to switch that. So my apologies.
Yeah, we got it.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
That's
work
lack
on
of
that out.
preparation. My apologies for lack of
You
preparation.
need that shit on a touchscreen where you can just like burp, 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 burp.
Well, I do have buttons. So, like, for example, another podcast I listen to, which this fits into Big Joke Energy because they have the punchline to a joke that a listener left them via voicemail. Hence, listeners, you can leave us a joke via voicemail. We will play it on here. The joke that the listener left via voicemail, the punchline was so aggressive that they isolated just the audio of this listener reading the punchline and made it a button on the show. And now it has become tradition that people go hit the button, Jordan, and then boom, they play the punchline to this joke. Okay.
Oh,
here's
wow.
the joke. You ready?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Was there?
Imagine Dragon.
Imagine Dragon who?
Imagine dragging these nuts across your face.
God.
Oh.
So that
I got
the-
some listener
overly aggressive.
submissions for Big
Yes.
Joke Energy.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
All right. This is titled Big Joke Energy One-Liners
Okay.
and one longer.
All right.
Here we go. This is from our listener Chris. I just heard on the news that all deaths attributed to Hurricane Hillary have been reclassified as suicides.
Okay.
Oh.
You want another one from Chris?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Why isn't escargot eaten in the United States?
Sorry,
Why?
I was assaulted by the Tic Tac falling down my ear.
We all were. We all were. Jesus Christ. So
We gotta
bad.
fix this.
It's
We gotta.
so bad.
I'm leaving all
Okay.
of this in warts and all. People can know. Marco
Oh.
will discuss. I'll tell you. Tell me what you need. I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
We're fixing this shit.
Okay, so escargot is not eaten in the United States because in America we prefer fast food.
Oh shit.
You know that single moms are like free agent athletes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's when they're past their prime that they look for a new team to give them a better contract.
Wow.
Hey,
That's strong. Wow. That's.
What?
That's. Can't argue with that.
why?
Sorry.
Why did the non-binary prospector head out west?
The
Oh
non.
God! Why?
Why?
Okay. Why did the non-binary prospector head out west?
Because there was gold in them there hills.
Them there. That's strong.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Okay, I'm gonna tease a topic for next week that I have saved in our topics before we
Ooh.
get on with Big Joke Energy. We should do this. We
I'm
should.
excited.
Okay, so some new things that we're bringing into the live shows. When we ask for a goat, you bring the goat or the Mount Rushmore. So you give us the topic, and we'll come up with the Mount Rushmore as we did earlier in the show.
Okay.
As we were trying to figure out, it was kind of a stalling tactic, so we could figure out how this shit worked. But next week, I would like to discuss this topic, boys and girls. This is from The Sun. I've got a screenshot of the headline, and this is from my new favorite group. I see the poor single moms are at it again.
Oh,
The Sun headline says, "What?
no, go ahead.
Okay. Mom who joined OnlyFans after losing her job has been crying nonstop since trolls have been sending 8 X-rated pics to her family."
Amazing.
That's
Amazing.
I wanted to say that. Also, I was thinking about if I was single in this day and age. And I think we're gonna see, roofie, like when guys would drop a pill in a girl's drink.
They still do, but yeah, I understand what you say
Yeah.
when guys used to. But
I
it's
think
still
they're
okay.
gonna. Well, I think women are more wise to the reasons why. So they're, I think the type of roofie that men are gonna choose is gonna be different.
There's actually a story about something like this. I don't know if you're going to make a joke out of this story that really happened, but go ahead and I think we're on the same page here.
So this is another topic I want to bring up next week.
Yeah.
Man caught spiking his female date's drinks with Viagra to make sure they don't get boners because, quote, you never know anymore these days.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk about that next week.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about that.
Can we just touch on that lightly?
I don't want to touch on anything like that.
Ding. Because I'm
flying the system.
I know, right? I'm not going to
Okay,
be I'm not going to be in the country next week, so I just want to touch on that. And I did say that I was not going to be here on the podcast because a listener DM'd me and said, no, you for sure mentioned that on the podcast, but it was one of the ones that Thomas, you weren't on.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am clear.
But anyway, you're clear to leave, but we'll figure out next week. We'll have some fun. Maybe we'll have somebody in as a guest. If you guys want to tell us, like, send us a message between now and, within the weekend of when this, if you have a guest or somebody we've had that you want us to have as a guest on the locker room, if Matt's out or I'm out or Marco's out or whatever, Chuck, whoever you want a guest host for, you can send us your suggestions. We'll reach out to them and say, hey, do you want to come on the locker room and hang out and just talk shit? Because some of our great, I would love for Elliot or John or some of those people to come in on the locker room and fill in when some of us are out sick. So as we close out, does everybody have a good closer joke or a decent closer joke?
I have a listener one day. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think I could stand them any longer than that, though.
Where's the bum on that one?
I fucking hate my kids.
Did you guys know I just found out Shania Twain's real name?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Shanamuel Clemens.
I'm looking at
smart joke.
Oh my god.
Smart joke.
Should we fire this longer listener one and see where it lands on the target?
Sure.
Is our closer?
I don't know. I haven't read it.
No, let's go out strong on the Shanamuel Clemens and we'll save that for next week.
Fair.
Okay. All right. So we're over time and we're losing our test audience because my son probably had to go to bed for work in the morning. Anyway.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call us, write us, send us smoke signals, emails.
Should we give out the phone number again? And somebody give out the email while I get the phone number. And we're going to have to come up with... Okay, so I have all these buttons.
That's going to be locker room mailbag.
We'll have to have one of you guys record all this shit and I could just hit a button and you will be pre-recorded saying all this same fakakta. Anyway, go ahead.
That's going to be lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. And once again, that's lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Operators are standing by.
All right. And our voicemail is 509-903-9020. Again, 509-903-9020. We might even be able to take your calls live on the show when we're Facebook live streaming or not even. So now we're actually able to stream this to multiple platforms. But this has been a private experiment. So those of you that are listening to our regular weekly podcast, you have been listening to the experiment. And those of you that have been watching this, thank you for bearing with us because holy hell.
Yeah.
It's been interesting, but we've learned a lot. Wait, is that it?
I think so. I was trying to do the math in my head.
Do we have a way to play a video until we're done?
Play a video.
I don't know. I was trying to figure that shit out. I had some gory ass video I was trying to put on here, and I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to play with this. I can play with it on my fucking 20-something goddamn hour plane journey on Sunday. Which I was trying to do the math in my head to see if I'd be able to pop on, but it's going to be like 2 or 3 in the morning when you guys are recording, and I just don't know if I'm up
Let's
for
see
that.
let's see if this works. As we're talking, let's see if this works. I just decided. Oh no!
That works. There it is.
Oh, there's no ending video. I'll have to figure out how the hell.
I mean, it's the wrong podcast, but it works. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay, start talking.
Okay, I take that back.
Okay, keep talking. Okay, so that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
And now we'll
I
actually-
like it. I like it.
I gotta go shave myself.